but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject some chemicals about the concept fairly known. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you are well. Rough one last night. Not gonna lie. I am Jason, sending out this tweet to make sure I've got the live stream set up. That is Ben. We are Wannabet. We have been destroying Thursday night football and Monday night football and a lot of other things. We are totally transparent here. And last night, not great for me, Beltway, Ben. Look, we didn't have to sweat this out like a lot of other people because we played the Rams -2.5, correlated to Matt Stafford having a day. And we checked every box we needed to check for the most part, except for that 2.5. It's a kick in the nuts when you've got a game pegged and you see the biggest advantage, and it's going to be, the 49ers have no pass rush. They have no secondary. Stafford at home is going to be able to pick them apart. And then the head coach decides he wants to get cute and try to establish his run game at really weird times. The head coach decides not to go for a 4th and 1.5 yards when they can't stop the pass game all day and punt. He decides to hand it off after multiple timeouts to think it over when only needs his 1 yard to get a chance to win the game in overtime. A running back fumbling on the 1.5 yard line when if he scores, it puts the game away. A backup running back who shouldn't have had the ball in his hands in the first place, fumbling just outside the red zone earlier in the game. I mean, look, if you listen to us and me in particular tell you how this game was going to go, we had it pegged. Our concern was McVay, who we love, getting too cute, not having the killer instinct, doing some dipshit stuff instead of putting the game away. That's why we only played it at money line and 2.5. And still cost us. Beltway, Ben, you had a better night.
Yeah, had a really good night. Close to 2 units. Jordan Whittington cashed that in the second quarter. He had 2 catches and went way over the yards. Kendrick Bourne was featured early and often like I expected. McCaffrey rushed for negative yards in the fourth quarter and overtime. All we need was 4 yards for him to cash in the fourth quarter and overtime. We didn't get it, and they were winning. So it's kind of unfortunate, but they were killing him with the quick passing game. So they kept going with that and really didn't need McCaffrey. That was a tough loss. We also didn't get Whittington's first quarter receiving yards, but it was fine because, again, we hit our parlay in the fourth quarter. We hit both Whittington props, and we also hit our Kendrick Bourne over 39.5, which goes for 100+. So, yeah, very good day for me.
Excellent. Yeah, I shit happens. What can you say? All our picks available, as always, in real time right there on the Super Discord, that QR code. Our buddy Eric Casilius, some other handicappers giving you every bet we make in real time right there. A bunch of different ways you can get in. If you're new to the show, first, second, third down, our 3 favorite plays of the day since yesterday's show. I say yesterday because we do this 7 days a week. 4th and long could be 4th and long, long shot plays, future plays, or it could be 4th and short. Ways to get you paid really quickly in a game. Overtime, we've got football parlays every single day. I am rocking my Bayern Munich jersey because Harry Kane and the boys are headed to the Wannabet Hall of Fame, and we are going to be all over Bayern Munich again the next 2 shows. Beltway, Ben, first down. What do you got?
We're going to go with the WNBA prop for tonight. Kalia Copper over 15.5 points. When you look at what she's done on the road, it's been better at home, or better than at home. She's been much better there. Averaged 16.8 points per game on the road this season compared to 14.1 at home. Vegas has really struggled against guards, scoring guards, especially last year. We saw Odyssey Sims. We saw Kelsey Mitchell. They both got off. And Kelsey Mitchell's going to go off against anybody. But Odyssey Sims was pretty telling for what this Aces defense is. They're pretty good inside on the interior. So I think Alyssa Thomas, Sabali, if she tries to play inside, I know she's a shooter, she might get shut down a little bit. But I do expect Copper to have a strong showing here. 15.5 points at -125.
Anytime the name Copper shows up on this show, it's a beautiful thing. R.I.P. Choppy. And Choppy's going to show up a lot with me today, because we're getting a little creative here. All right, first down. You know we like the Bournemouth Cherries. It's a side we've been on in a lot of different ways since the start of the season. For me, they're a legitimate upper mid-table side in the Premiership. And we play them one way on the road where things get a little crazy. We play them a little differently at home. And the way I think they've really kind of evolved this year from last year is it's not wild helter-skelter all over the place. At home, they can be a little bit more conservative. They can be a little bit more solid in the back. They can play for 1-0. They can play for 2-0. And that's the kind of match I think we're looking at today against the Fulham side that I think, frankly, are going to be overclassed. And I think the Cottagers on the road are going to be overclassed. So, look, I also think Bournemouth is winning the match straight up. And you can get that at +100 now. So we are on that as a half unit play. This play is a little more conservative. Now, could there be 4 goals in this match? Could it be 2-2? It's possible. I don't think it's going to go that way. Again, I don't know that we're getting an early goal here to loosen things up. I think Bournemouth's going to have a pretty professional showing here. They're on national TV. It's a one-window game. You know, the Friday one-nighter over in the UK. They might be a little jittery early as well, but they're the better side. They're the better side if you look at home road splits. And for this bet, we just need them to get a result and somebody to score in this match, which I very much believe will happen. I don't think we're looking at 0-0 and less than 4 goals. We're also on a Premiership parlay this weekend that involves this match. So we've got the same Bournemouth winner draw result. We've got Arsenal to win by 1. Now, if they win by 1, that's a push, and this leg of the parlay will push. We know that West Ham has been pretty good against Arsenal at the Emirates. I understand that. But Arsenal against lesser sides this year have been destroying people. Like even Champions League midweek, Olympiacos 2-0, right? We've got a 3-0. We've got a 5-0 in there against my Leeds United. I don't think they take their foot off the gas here. Liverpool look incredibly vulnerable. Arsenal has an opportunity here to go into the next international break, top of the table. I like the form they're in, and I think they're going to be able to hang 2 or 3 on West Ham. So I think the Hammers will capitulate. They've already fired their manager. A lot going on with the Hammers. I think that's a tough spot for them. The third leg of this parlay, we've got Brighton to win. We'll be on that match a little bit more on tomorrow's show. But if you've watched the show, we've been fading Wolverhampton any chance we get. The Wolves have all kinds of issues in the back, and I like this Brighton side. So that parlay will get you +276, and we need our first leg to start cashing today with our cherries to at least get a draw there. Second down, Beltway Ben.
Second down, we're going to go to the NFL. Sam Laporta, over 38.5 receiving yards. I really like Laporta here. Bengals really suck against tight ends. You're going to see it. I talk about it on this show every single chance we get. They allow a lot to tight ends. And you look at Laporta. His rookie year was amazing. This was the new Hawkinson. I mean, he was the best thing ever. He's an awesome tight end. Last year, he took a step back a little bit. This year, it's kind of a little bit like last year. 79 week 1, 26 week 2, 33 week 3, and 39 week 4. So he's over this in 2 of 4 games. But, I mean, he hasn't done a ton. This is a road environment, which means quarterbacks usually rely on the tight ends a little bit more. And against that defense, he should be able to. Evan Ingram, Adkins, and Troutman combined for 61. Hawkinson and Oliver combined for 61. Fannin and Njoku combined for 100 against them. They allow a lot to tight ends, and Laporta is the go-to guy in terms of the tight ends, right? He is going to get way more volume than anybody else in that field. So I do like him to go over 38.5. I think it's a low number for him. And I know it's kind of, a little sweaty just because 26, 33, 39. He's not getting massive volume in general, but among the tight ends, he's the guy. So I do think we see Goff go his way early and often.
I'm in the NFL second down as well. We are on Justin Fields here. Remember, our favorite player prop in the futures market was Fields over 5.5 rushing touchdowns and Fields over 550.5 rushing yards. And I especially love this matchup against Dallas. Dallas has allowed 6 rushing touchdowns already this year, tied for 3rd most in the NFL. Dallas has allowed 31 rushing touchdowns since the start of last season. That is most in the NFL. That's 2 more than any other team. 11 times since the start of last year, an opposing quarterback has run for a touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys. That is 11 occurrences in their last 21 games. Justin Fields, he's a dry finisher. He can score from goal to go. He can score with his legs from outside the red zone. He was scoring at least a touchdown a game regularly when the Steelers gave him a chance to start last year in the 6 starts he had before they turned it over to Russell Wilson. And we are also sprinkling on half unit play, Justin Fields, 2 or more rushing touchdowns. That's 11-1. In his last 6 starts, he has 2 or more rushing touchdowns in half of them, 3 of them. Has Dallas allowed in the last 21 games on multiple occasions an opposing quarterback to rush for more than 1 rushing touchdown? Yes, they have. I think this game gets loose. I think this game is high scoring. Aaron Glenn needs to win a football game here at some point, and Justin Fields looks like his best weapon on offense. So that's where we are on that one. We'll get to that game a little bit more in overtime. 3rd down, Beltway Ben.
Late Saturday night play here. We're going to go with the Duke Blue Devils on the money line at -142. I don't care about East to West. Manny Diaz has to find a way to win this game. They paid a lot of money for Mensa, and he's been fine. But, I mean, this is a game you have to win. Cal, they played good football. Good coach. They've looked pretty good. The quarterback's playing really good football. But I do think Duke's defense is going to find itself. Manny Diaz is the defensive guru. That's what he does. He has good defenses. But they have not played well this year. They did look good this past week against Syracuse. The team's completely different without Angeli. I get it. But the defense did look good. I think they're going to figure itself out against the Cal team. This is going to be probably an ugly game. But I do like Duke to win it at -142. I think Mensa has a big day. You look at Duke's matchups. They got blown out by Illinois. That was a weird game and a tough loss to Tulane. I think that they can figure this one out. They don't want to lose 3 this early in the season for a team that they had a much higher win total than that. So I do like Duke on the money line here Saturday night.
3rd down for me. Die Bundesliga! Of course we're on Bayern Munich. We were really excited to play overs on that Bayern-Hoffenheim game and the Bayern-Werder Bremen game when we saw the fixtures come out. But the one we really had circled was this one with Eintracht Frankfurt. Why do we like this so much? Well, first of all, let's just start with Bayern Munich, who've scored 22 times in Die Bundesliga, conceding just try. I think it's try. Try. Someone will tell me if that's wrong. Conceding just 3 times. Have the mighty men from Munich led at the half in every competitive game they've played this season, Beltway Ben? That's including German League Cup. That's including Die Bundesliga and Champions League. Have they led at the half in every match? Yes, they have. Eintracht Frankfurt play batshit crazy games just like Bayern Munich. These are the total goals in Eintracht Frankfurt's matches this year between Die Bundesliga and Champions League. 6, 10, 7, 6, 4, 4, 5. How about our guys, Bayern Munich? 6, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6. Did Frankfurt just concede like 5 in Champions League? They did. And hat-trick Harry Kane, who's destined to get himself on a stick like the mighty Quinn Priester, and he is a Hall of Famer. All he's done, Beltway Ben, is scored 10 times in 5 Bundesliga matches. And he's also pushing for hat tricks in the Champions League. He's insane. He takes their penalties. They draw a lot of penalties. They're really playing through him, I feel like, more than ever now the last couple of weeks. So that's where we are on that match. We will have more on that match to come today and more on that match to come tomorrow. 4th and long, Ben, or short.
Yeah, it's going to be long for me here. I'm going to go with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to make the college football playoffs at plus 140. Knew I was going to give it out at some point this week. Was trying to figure out when and what I want to give it out at. Here we're going to go with plus 140 on them to make it. Yeah, I think this team is going to get in. You look at the type of start they had last year. It was one loss compared to two this year. But this year's loss is like you look at a top 5 Miami team. That was a game that Carr led them right back into it, and they had it tied in the final few minutes. Very, very good showing from him there. Then you look at the A&M game. You bat one ball down on a toss-up to a tight end that was really a prayer, a 20-yard prayer, and you don't bat it down, they catch a touchdown, you lose that one, another tough loss. Those were the two losses. Both teams right now who are in the playoff hunt. Now we have the rest of their schedule. Boise State, which on the resume might look solid. I don't see them even competing this week. I think they blow Boise State out. NC State, USC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. The only team in there that is going to be a tough matchup for them is USC. People tried to play that Navy card last year. Oh, Navy's got a shot against Notre Dame. Notre Dame ran them off the football field. Marcus Freeman does not play with the food. He will run them out and hammer them. And you look at all of these matchups, USC will be tough, and I trust Freeman over him in that matchup. I just do. We saw it last year. They're going to be favored in all of these games. One or two losses, they get in. They have the 2 losses. CJ Carr is going to be the best quarterback Notre Dame has had in a long time. I really, really like what he's done. Now, it's not a normal year. Most years we're looking at Notre Dame saying the defense is there, but the offense isn't picking it up. The quarterback's not playing great. No, this year, the defense is their big issue. The quarterbacks haven't played well, and they have some named guys that they brought back and should be playing better football. Marcus Freeman's going to fix that. I'm fully confident in that. We know he has the defensive mind. So I do like Notre Dame to make the playoffs, and basically you're taking them on the money line. To me, people might call me crazy. There are upsets in college football all the time. I get it. But you're basically taking them plus 140 on the money line against USC because nobody else there really is a threat. I mean, Stanford, are we being serious here? Have we seen them play? They're struggling with, FCS schools and stuff. Syracuse, I like with no Angeli, they're not a threat to me. Pitt, maybe. Boston College, no. And Boise State. So I do like Notre Dame to make the playoffs at plus 140.
Fourth and short for me, hat trick, Harry Kane. We haven't been cashing on him nearly enough. He has scored the opening goal in 2 of the last 3 Bayern Munich matches. I know that's not a crazy long sample size. And look, I know Guerrero, Diaz, there's any number of people who could score for them. They are one of my favorite teams to watch. They are attack-minded, and they love to get up on people early. But the fact that Kane is in such remarkable form, the fact that they're facing an Eintracht Frankfurt team, that last time they played in Die Bundesliga, they had a 5-0 lead, and that match ended up 6-4 to Borussia Mönchengladbach. They can be had in the back at any time. Then they go to Atleti in Champions League and give up 5. Look, Harry Kane might have another hat trick in this match and still be off in the 60th minute. It wouldn't shock me. You're always throwing a dart a little bit when you're in any of these first, last type markets. But again, he's on the ball so much inside the box. You look at how many touches he's getting within range of where he can score from. And you factor in all the different ways that he scores and the fact that he's probably the most informed striker on the planet right now. And he's going against a team that's a mess in the back that Bayern's going to want to try to be up 3-0 on at the half. For plus 300, we had to get into those markets. Overtime, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, I know we're going to get into double overtime as well, so we'll just go 1-1, 2-2, like we usually do. Overtime, I'm going to go first with a college football playoff. We do have an NFL or college football parlay. We do have an NFL one as well. Duke, Kansas, Nebraska, and Illinois on the money line. We already got into Duke at California. That game's at 9:30 Saturday night. Kansas at UCF. UCF, they're hungry for a win, but they're not very good. There's not a good football team. Kansas dropped one to Cincinnati and really, really tight one. Kansas's offense should be able to, completely take out UCF in this one. Nebraska on the money line against Michigan State. I think Nebraska's a better team. Nebraska has to find a way to win these types of games. And then Illinois on the money line against Purdue. I liked what I saw from Illinois last week. I think Dilemma knows what he needs to do. He'll fix his team. And they had a good game last week after a really, really bad loss the week before. So Illinois against – and it's a few road teams here, which people don't like to do, especially in college. Duke at Cal, Kansas at UCF, Illinois at Purdue, and then we do get Nebraska at home. But that'll get us to plus 307. Basically, Kansas and Duke are the tight ones that we really need because I think Nebraska and Illinois should have no issues.
We're starting off overtime with a little parlay of our own. 2 overs and an under. I forgot which one. It's fine. It doesn't matter which one's overtime there. Let's start with this same game parlay. Okay, so we're on the Cowboys against the Jets. The Jets defense is horribly broken, right? The Jets have allowed 27, 29, 30, and 34 points. Dallas is humming. We're going to take the number, though, down under 20. If you go back and look at the Jets' last 12 games, they have held an opponent to 19 points or less exactly one time. And this iteration of this Aaron Glenn defense is in disarray right now. The CD Lamb injury hasn't stopped Dak Prescott from chucking the ball all over the place. And I think he will enjoy throwing the ball against the Jets defense that's allowing a 73% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns to no picks, a 7.6 yards per attempt. That's bottom 6 in the NFL. And a QB rating of 109.7. How's Dak doing? Well, he leads the NFL in completions. He's got 121 completions already. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards already. That's upper echelon in the NFL. He has 2 or more passing touchdowns in 2 of the last 3 games. The run game is good, and Williams is fine, but let's face it, Jerry Jones isn't paying Dak $60 million a year to hand the ball off, and they're facing a horrible defense. Will Dallas let down a little bit after a 40-40 draw with Green Bay at home? I mean, maybe. It's conceivable. The 225, look, the Jets are allowing 200 a game. Now, in part, the Jets aren't allowing as many passing yards because they've been blown out in some of these games. And the other team has just been fine to run the ball with the lead. And you can run the ball on them. But I think Aaron Glenn's getting sick of that. So I think they're going to sell out a little bit more. And that's going to leave them even more vulnerable in the back. I think you'll see some run blitzing. I think you'll see Aaron Glenn take some early down chances. And Dak's in great form right now. And I think Dak will diagnose that and hit the open man. 225 is a conservative number for Dak. Maybe it's a little high against this defense. But I also think Dallas's crappy defense is going to get Justin Fields activated a little bit. I think the Jets, it's not going to be one of these where the Jets don't score until the first drive of the second half. So I think it's an over game. That's where I am on that one. Double overtime, Ben.
Yeah, we're going to go with, and Kendre Miller's name spelled wrong, but Kendre Miller, 25 plus rushing yards, Broncos plus 14.5, and Sam Laporta, 25 plus receiving yards. Kendre Miller, I was looking at Kamara and just the way they utilize Kamara, it's a lot more in the passing game. And Kendre Miller really gives them a burst in the run game, to be completely honest with you. I think he's going to get some carries here. And this is real close to his numbers. Numbers 30.5, which you might see tomorrow morning or Sunday. But I'm just taking it to 25 plus to get us here a fair number. Broncos plus 14.5, about minus 530 here. This is me throwing this in. I don't think they get blown out. I like them to win outright, but I don't think they get blown out here. They should be able to keep it tight. Philly really is not going to run the score up on anybody. They don't throw the ball across the field. They control time of possession with things like that. So they should not be able to win there by 3 scores. And then Sam Laporta, 25 plus receiving yards. I broke him down earlier. So basically, Kendre Miller, we're taking the 25 plus. That's minus 188. And we're throwing the other 2 in to get us to plus 140.
Love it. Yes, now is my multi-team. 2 overs and an under, we'll call it. We'll just start with Dallas and the Jets, right? I've documented why I think both quarterbacks can go over. The Jets are over in 9 of their last 11 games. Carolina and Miami. Miami, they have no defense. They have to throw the ball all over the place. The head coach can only keep his job by propping the quarterback up. And even without Tyreek Hill, now you've got Waller involved. They've got a tight end you got to worry about in the red zone. And like Carolina can't stop anybody. It's still amazing to me that they shut out Atlanta. We will look back at that after the course of the season ends, and it will look
seriously.
When Arizona's defense finds a way to be worse than it was last year, and they were 32nd in the league and everything last year, we're going to look back on that beat where I could not get 37 total points out of that game and say that's effing impossible. You could play that game 1,000 times again, and there is no way that that's happening. Anyway, also, Bryce Young is actually functional at home. Carolina tends to score at home, where they finally are again. And we're taking that total down. Carolina's over in 15 of their last 21 games. And then the under, look, Jackson Dart did some interesting things last week, but now he's going on the road, and the Saints are not great. But I don't think the Saints are letting Jackson Dart pick them apart without Malik Neighbors. Spencer Rattler's never won a football game in the NFL. The Saints offense obviously has some major issues, and the Giants pass rush finally got off the mat last week. and I think this is a good matchup for them. Since the start of the 23 season, the Giants are 25-13 to the under. And if you run the numbers just since the start of last season, it's even from a percentage standpoint, even more of an under team. So you got to almost get to 50 to beat us there. We're taking that up. So, yeah, we're going to have more on that Carolina-Miami game probably tomorrow. Beltway Ben, let's let the people know how we did last night. Ben is on a heater right now. I'm dealing with some ish.
Plus the Yankees. The Yankees advance. We need 2 more series win for me. We do have them to win the AL. We also have them to win the World Series. We have 2 tickets there. We're able to take down Boston last night. So those 2 tickets are still alive for the futures MLB playoff parlay or tickets we have.
I think they're going to make quick work of the Blue Jays. We'll see about the ALCS, but I think they're going to make quick work of the Blue Jays. All our picks in real time on the Super Discord there. We will be back tomorrow early, 8:30. We'll go live. I've got an early day on the campus, University of Maryland at College Park. Sunday, as always, at noon. You can hit us up on the Twitter there at WannaBet with us. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. It can't hurt. Subscribe to us if you're enjoying what we're doing on Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that good stuff, the Odyssey app.
Leave a good review. Leave good reviews on the podcast sites as well.
Yeah.
Give us 5-star.
We're here for that. I asked Kornheiser today about wearing the hoodie. It's never going to happen in a million years. Never. I don't know what I would have to do to get him to wear one of our hoodies on WannaBet. That's not going to happen. Oh, and I got the notice, Beltway Ben. The lobster bibs, the custom lobster bibs should be here by next week. Those are being shipped out. So yeah, that's a lot of good stuff going on.
MAF commenter gave a good comment saying we should wear lobster bibs. I'm on here. Shout out to them. Because we're gonna it is absolutely happening.
And then maybe crab mallets. I'm just gonna start smashing stuff with crab mallets too.
Yeah.
When we hit back.
Hammer.
Yes.
Big hammer.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with what a crab mallet is, it's like a mini hammer. Okay, cool. I'm out of here. I'm going to try to get those hoodies in the mail before we do our radio show today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. You want to bet? We want to bet. I will start betting better soon. I promise. Thank you.